Okay, guys, let's stick around for more than 10 seconds on this one. Maybe stick around for 35 seconds or so. On this draft, you get to see me make fun of myself the whole entire time while I analyze my 2023 DraftKings drafts. I only did 9. I didn't do many. I did many more of my drafts on other platforms. Um, but I got my butt handed to me in DraftKings. And um, part of you wants to just say it wasn't my fault. It just was bad luck. But as I've been doing more research, kind of realizing I don't think it was bad luck. I think it was all my fault. Here are my 9 drafts. I decided to first analyze it based on wide receiver. Reading a lot of stuff talking about getting X number of wide receivers, but before Y round. I've heard anywhere from getting 5 within 7 or 8 rounds to with 5 within 10 rounds. And so I wanted to give myself the benefit of the doubt and look at what my drafts looked like last year in the first 10 rounds when it comes to wide receiver. There's a lot of other things that I could do differently, potentially. For example, look at just how bad this is. Bust, 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 bust. Not a bust, not a bust. So 7 out of my 9 drafts, my first round pick was a bust. Like, how bad is that? That's horrible. Second round, bust, bust, bust. I, I mean, didn't do great because of injuries. Not a bust though, but not kind of a bust, not a bust. Bust, bust, bust. Again, I mean, like, what the heck? I mean, needless to say, I drafted horrible. None of the players did well. I was very overweight on these players. Only 9 drafts though, and so not much you could do about it. Um, so there's a lot of lessons that I think I've already maybe learned from this, but wide receiver is the one that I think is the key potentially from everything I'm reading and listening to. So let's analyze these drafts a little bit. I already did most of it, but let's talk it through here. So draft one, 4 wide receivers in the first 10 rounds. Started off with 2 wide receivers. Then I got Gabe Davis right here and Michael Pittman right here. And then in the 9th and 10th round, I took Anthony Richardson, Zach Charbonnet, and then it wasn't until the 11th round that I got my 5th wide receiver right here. When we look at these, I want to just see, what's a simple change I could have done, and then I don't think the results would change much in most of the drafts, to tell the truth, just because of how bad I started off. Really, the way I could have fixed this was not draft a running back in the first round, and then all these teams maybe have a chance, probably not, but have a chance maybe. This one here, look at this. This is, I got a quarterback in the 3rd round. I got another quarterback in the 9th round. I got to not draft one of these quarterbacks. Well, I mean, 9th round's not horrible. Maybe Damian Pierce right here. 2 two running backs this early in the 5th round. I think this is the pick that I would have to change, or just Zach, one of these 2 picks. Damian Pierce in the 5th or Zach Charbonnet in the 10th has to be the pick that I'm gonna have to change on this one here, and just grab a wide receiver. If I go to the 5th round and I grab someone, it might look like it's got like a what it might look like. And these weren't perfect. I just grabbed what could be players in the 5th round. Look at that. I end up with DJ Moore potentially. At worst, I end up with DeAndre Hopkins or Christian Kirk or Deontay Johnson. All these were great players. Actually, these look like, I don't even know if these are updated for. Looks like they've been updated slightly, right, for this year. But this is like a pick for last year. So interesting. Wherever I took these from. Garrett Pierce, end up with one of those wide receivers. Next one here, 1, again, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one, I do like that I took 4 wide receivers a lot earlier than some other ones. I took a running back, tight end, one running back, little break here, but I do have a number of wide receivers. The obvious change in this one is one of these 2 running backs here have to. Dalvin Cook has to go first off, and probably this one as well. But Dalvin Cook has to go on this one. This is round 8. I'd trade Dalvin Cook for, let's just go to the last wide receiver available on Elijah Moore. That wouldn't work out too well, but it looks like he might have been around an 8th round pick. Who else could have been there that might have been nicer? Quentin Johnson. Ouch, Cortland Sutton. That's the only one that was okay. Let's say I get Cortland Sutton there. I got a decent team, okay team there. Travis Kelce. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 again on this one too. What do I fix on this one? Just from again a wide receiver perspective is what we're looking at. It's one of these guys right here, one of these 3 right here that I gotta change up. And I drafted a lot of Miles Sanders early on just because of the big contract he took, and that was not smart. In hindsight, of course, on this one, when you get Tyler Lockett and then you got Jackson Smith, Zach Charbonnet, then Geno, I'd say that Miles is the pick we'd want to change up here. He is the 8th round. Oh, this is the same round as before. Do we end up with Cortland Sutton? Then we look okay. If we don't end up with Cortland Sutton, we're in trouble. Okay. Next one here. T. Higgins, 1, 2, 3, 4 again with Elijah Moore. We got Zach. You can see some of the players that we were focusing on here targeting, and they just didn't work out both in the first couple rounds and over here. Like these picks are disastrous all across the board. I can't believe like what. I don't know if it's a what was I thinking or just you put your. This is the definition of putting your eggs in a basket, and that basket just getting demolished is what it is, along with idiotic drafting with only 4 wide receivers on all these teams. I just didn't understand what I was doing, I think is what it was, just to trash myself even further. Help me out, trash me in the comments. This one here, um, Josh Jacobs, right? Like I went running back, probably, and then I took another running back here. If I think Josh Jacobs is a good fit, then I shouldn't take Brees right here. But I was targeting Brees, as you can tell, which was probably like one of the only things I did that was kind of okay, not at the beginning of the season, but towards the end. Let's say I don't take Jacobs in this one. I do something else. Bijan was taken around the middle of the first, like the maybe 2/3 into the first. I could end up with Garrett Wilson or Devontae Adams. They wouldn't have Chris Olave. Yeah, see, Devontae Smith. Wow. I mean, any of them work out better, but wow. Just looking at these players. A lot of misses. A lot of misses. 4th one. Bijan, Jalen Waddle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 again, of course. Jonathan Taylor here was, that risky pick at this point in time. We didn't know when he was going to come back, if he was going to come back. So he was falling a lot. Waited until the 7th to take him. I think he started falling further than that even at one point, but took him in the 7th. You're not horrible. I'm not going to give myself a hard time for that. AJ. So I'm going to say the obvious pick. We'll say the obvious pick here is getting. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. One of these 2 right here, or Javonte if we want to. I'm going to say the most obvious one is why I took 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 running backs before I have 5 wide receivers on this one, and that might be the same on some of these. Like, how idiotic! And I took another running back right here. How idiotic was I? Like, I can't be any dumber. And the only thing dumber is recording this and then showing you how bad the drafts were. I think we can agree on that maybe, but just stupid. So as you're seeing the teams I'm drafting now, you can see I'm trying to self-correct or course correct on these. And I think I am 100% compared to this. Maybe I'll analyze what I've done so far in my other drafts. I've been doing that like one by one, but I see other people doing this, and looking back on my drafts here, I mean, I'm just as dumb or dumber than they were right now. Like this looks so this can't this one can't this got to be the worst one. This can't be any worse. Um, of a draft. What do I fix? I fix it all, but AJ Dillon is just a stupid pick right here. Brian Robinson, like these two, just like really bad picks. I guess I can see this one here. You're trying to go and capture something, so you have this crazy upside there. Give me a little bit of credit there, maybe I guess. But why am I taking these two? Maybe I take neither of them, right? Obviously, probably take neither of them. Brian Robinson, because I need Jonathan Taylor to hit to win this. I don't need that. And these guys kind of hit a little bit. Right? They didn't help my team. Right? All these teams were trashed. Like I don't know what place I got in all these. Don't think I captured that for whatever reason, but they were all. None of them had playoff shots at the end of the season. Um, I don't think I needed either of these players here. This was just horrible. 9 and 10. What do I take instead? Look at that would have been nice. Zay Flowers, if I can get Zay Flowers in the ninth. Yeah, there weren't many receivers going in the ninth. Looks like Zay Flowers and Jacoby Myers, right? There you go. No Nico Collins. I got no Nico Collins. If I'm not being so idiotic, I end up with Nico Collins on the team. Maybe who knows? I didn't really draft any Nico Collins. That explains why, because I was too busy taking my fifth running back. Whoops. Okay. Next one here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Four again, right? Like we did before. I got the Cincinnati stack here. That's nice. What do I do differently? I got one running back again, and Josh Jacobs. Horrible pick. Brees Hall, because I was targeting that one. I like that pick. Where's my next running back? Khalil Herbert. I don't know why I'm taking this pick here. Again, I don't need the third running back yet when I take two so early. Ninth round's got to be a change at least. What's funny looking at this, I don't even know. Like, you just take your swings and your misses, I guess. Just you hope that your misses are smaller and your hits are bigger. But Zay Flowers would be nice in the ninth if I can get him. Do I have an early pick or not? Do I know on that one? Jamar Chase, yeah, I got an early pick. I could have with Zay Flowers in this one. I don't know if I took any Zay at all. In in these drafts, I don't think I did at all. I don't know if I took him in the other drafts or not. Okay, next one. Hey, look at that. I got a green for 5 wide receivers, but let's see how I screwed this one. For me, this was an okay one. No, I gotta see how I screwed it up. Okay, I went running back to start, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I couldn't have missed more on these wide receivers. Bust, 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 bust. I don't know if I could go back and like, was I the sucker taking these players and no one else was? Did I take, or what? I feel like other people were taking these players also, but every one of these, the one that I have 5 players, actually bust, 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 but all, let's just go down for fun. Bust, not bust, bust. Oh, I got Jade Green on this one. That's cool. 2 non-busts through 14 rounds. Like, this explains why things went so horrible. Or she writes there. That's nice too. Whatever. Okay. So, what do I change on this one though? If anything, again, if I'm going to take 2 running backs here, I have not been taking then another one, another 2 right here. That's so bad, so bad. Okay, Alexander Madison is the pick we're not taking. I'm going to appreciate the big swing of Jonathan Taylor, hoping that wins me a league. Basically, gets it so that I got something crazy going on in the playoffs. But this Alexander Madison pick isn't going to help me get into the playoffs. So in the 6th round, what do I take instead? And I could take anything I want to in the 6th round here. Look at that, Chris Godwin, Mike. No, Mike Williams. could take Kittle. I could take Chris Godwin. Godwin was okay, not great. Kittle, Lockett, Dotson, Pittman. There, Pittman would have been a great pick if I took him again, right there. A lot of ugly stuff there too, though. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Next one. 4 again. 1, 2, 3. Took him earlier, which was nice on this one. And then 4, I waited until the last pick of the 10th, the 10th round, the last, of the 10 I'm counting to get to the 4th one. I got my Brian Robinson, Dalvin Cook here again to make it running backs 3 and 4. Like, again, oh my gosh, so bad. Not as bad as this. Which one was it? Not as bad as this one right here. This one is, no, which one was it? One of them was really nasty. 2. Was it the 4th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's ugly. I don't know. Okay. What do I change on this one? Look at that. I didn't take a second running back until the 8th round. Wow. I can't believe I did that compared to the rest of these teams. I guess let's assume the Dalvin pick was a good pick. I guess it's this Brian Robinson pick right here that is the one that I get rid of in the 9th. The Brian Robinson pick was a good pick comparative to the other ones. There's the Zay again. If I get Zay instead, that team looks a lot different. Maybe don't draft him, 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 don't. But yeah, a lot better if I don't take him. Okay. Got 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got 5. Do I have 5? 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was so close, right? Like I got wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. Okay, fine, I'll take it. Quarterback. Then I got right here. Like took 2 more running backs in a row. Like so, this one might be the worst one. This one might be the worst one. Like what am I doing with some of these picks? I don't need either of them. Let's say I get rid of the 7th or the 8th. Let's see. Could I pair someone up? Because I don't have anyone paired up with Lawrence in this draft either. I just took Lawrence because I don't know why. Because 7th or 8th round. Well, he wasn't on Jacksonville last year. I don't know who I take. I take a wide receiver. 7th round. I end up with Hollywood Brown. That's the first one. Let's can I end up with anyone better than Hollywood? George Jack, like a lot of who Jordan Addison would have been the pick right there, right? That'd have been the one that you'd want. Look at a lot of these drafts. Who was winning last year? That might be something I'd want to understand. Like, how are people constructing their teams to win? There's more to it, obviously, than just wide receiver. Was just luck of the draw a little bit, and they just ended up with the right players. Because making these teams 5 wide receiver teams by themselves isn't going to get a winner, I think, is what we're running into. I was doing something else totally wrong. I wasn't going way past ADP, but there was a lot of things I was doing wrong here. One of them definitely was wide receiver. So I've learned a lesson from this. I hope the half a person watching this for the first 30 seconds learned a lesson from it as well. Let me know what you think. Tell me how you've been drafting last year compared to this year, and what you're going to change, if anything, after seeing how bad you can draft. With that, see you in the next one. Peace.